hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it looks like the full-time whistles went on Senexa. A quick summary of what's been going on. First of all, people stopped being able to withdraw from the website, so people were putting through withdrawal requests and they were just sitting for 72 hours and then bouncing back as failed, which raised a bit of concern straight away. After a couple of days of this, with no real word from Senexa, eventually the site just stopped allowing you to log in altogether. We then finally get some kind of information from Senexa. They brought out a video, so anytime you tried to log in or create an account, it would prompt the video, which I went through in my previous YouTube video. The video seemed a bit shady, but it did give us some kind of communication from them and a bit of hope. They said in the video that this whole drama was just caused by a technical upgrade that they were planning to do to enhance the user experience and a mandatory tax audit that they had to do in Hong Kong. Now at the time this raised a lot of questions, but it was all we had to go on, so you were just hoping and praying at that point. They said that this technical upgrade would be finished by the 20th of January, so everyone just assumed that by the 20th of January, if all things were up and running, you would be able to log back in. Since then, you're still not able to log in and there's been no further update from Senexa. Myself personally, and many people I've spoken to, have tried reaching out to them, tried emailing them, they're just bouncing back, tried phoning them and their phone lines are just dead now. I managed to find a WhatsApp contact number for them and typed it into WhatsApp and it just said it doesn't exist. I then had a chat with someone who reached out to some solicitors, and the solicitors done a bit of digging for them just to see if we could get any kind of idea as to what was going on. The solicitor's initial assessment was that it was worth digging into further, as there was quite a lot of red flags raised. They said the area that they're registered to was quite prone to this type of scam. They sent over quite a bit of documentation just about things that they think raised red flags, things that they think should be looked into further, but unfortunately their fees were quite substantial and too much for myself and the person I was speaking to consider going down versus the amount we were potentially going to lose. Based on all this, I wasn't holding out much hope anyway, but there was that wee glimmer of hope for the 20th of January that you were going to just switch on your laptop, log in, and everything was going to be all singing, all dancing, and you'd be able to get back to earning money or at least be able to withdraw what you already had there. On the Senexa website at the bottom they had links to various articles that newspapers and review companies had written about them to legitimise what now looks to be their scam. I've looked up some of the articles here. You can see one New York headline, so it all looks pretty legit, and they've written an article on Senexa sort of selling it to us. Another one here. This one's Marketers Media. Just tells you a bit about the platform and just sort of legitimises their whole scam. Look, they've got big companies named at the bottom here. And another one, Asia Shift. And there was plenty. The more and more I searched for them, there was more and more reviews. They were relatively mixed, as is always the case with these high yield investment programs. I did a bit of digging and I did manage to get a contact for one of the people who wrote one of the articles, and I've reached out to them but I've yet to hear any response back. Personally, I feel like at this point I've done as much digging as I can and tried to get as much information as possible from and about Senexa, but I feel as if at this point in time I'm just hitting my head against a brick wall. I feel like I was as careful as I could be when getting into this investment. I done a bit of research, I tested it with a smaller amount first of all before investing more. I done all my checks before making any sort of videos. Obviously in hindsight I wish I'd done more. So I've done quite a lot of work on this, I've done quite a bit of investigating, I've read articles, I've reached out to people, I've had quite a lot of conversations with other people in the Senexa community. And now I feel as if I'm just banging my head against a brick wall a little bit. I'm not really getting anywhere, and it looks to be as if it is a bit of a confirmed but well thought out scam. In hindsight, you always wish you'd done more work, you always wish you put in more research before investing in this type of thing. I feel as if I went about it quite cautiously. I made the original video investing a small amount just to test it, make sure I could get my money back out after it gave the returns that it was promising. before investing more heavily. But hindsight is a wonderful thing, lessons learned from it, and again, it's just a warning to me, to everybody that watches these videos, and to everybody that's an investor, especially in these types of platforms, the really high risk ones, that only invest what you can afford to lose. Luckily, I had some crypto profit that I decided to invest in it. Some XRP wasn't moving much at the time that I invested, so I decided to try and make it work for me, and it's worked against me, and it's just the risk that you run sometimes in investing. But just a reminder for everybody, only invest what you can afford to lose. Please do your own research. Don't just listen to anybody on YouTube, me included. All I can do is give you my experiences, my ideas, my research, but you need to do your own due diligence and make sure that you know what you're getting into before getting into it. I think going forward, certainly in the near future, I'll probably be looking into less risky investments on a Scottish investor. Things that we can maybe look into a wee bit longer term, that we can pound our dollar cost average into, and create substantial long-term wealth, rather than the quick money making schemes that I was looking into so far. Obviously still doing the crypto investment, but it would be maybe more sensible to look into longer term things, index funds, good stock options, dividend stocks and stuff like that. So it's definitely not over here at a Scottish investor. There's still plenty of knowledge I would like to share and experience I would like to share. So it's just a slight bump in the road, but in the world of finance and investing, there's always another corner to turn. There's always a new avenue to go down, and to research further. I'm sorry Senexa hasn't worked out. I'm really gutted. I've lost money myself on it, but I've still got a roof over my head, and I can still feed myself and my family and whatever, so it's not all bad. But I just hope that everyone's on the same boat. We can draw a line under Senexa now, put it down as a scam. I will update it on the videos that I've got on here, and we'll find the next potential investment opportunities. Alright, thanks again for watching, and take it easy.